Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. Or else you can look me up on YouTube, TikTok and X, but especially in YouTube where you'll be able to follow the videos that get banned in other places, and you can also see my created playlist that I created especially for my viewers on YouTube of the videos that I like to watch when I'm not posting myself. This one here is Iranian president acknowledges economic impact after US Treasury warns economic D-Day is coming to Iran. Iranian president says country in full-scale economic, military and security war with the United States. After the United States President Donald J. Trump announced an economic D-Day on Iran last week, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has now begun to reveal some details of the strategy as the United States appears to be fully shifting the focus to economic warfare rather than kinetic action for now. Announcement of the new economic strategy against the Islamic Republic comes just days after the president announced that in a reversal of previous statements, there are no talks or conversations going on or scheduled with the Islamic Republic of Iran. At the same time, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian reportedly favors shoring up the regime's economic situation through an arrangement with the United States ahead of continuing the confrontation, acknowledged the significant impact of the American actions. In an opinion piece published by the Financial Times, Secretary Bessent explained the reasoning and historical precedent behind the American strategy. Secretary Bessent, referring to the 1943 Tehran Conference, in which the Allies discussed what could be done to bring the greatest pressure to bear on the enemy, saying that the United States has returned that question to Tehran. President Donald J. Trump and the overwhelming might of our mighty military have significantly dismantled Iran's military capabilities and weakened its nuclear program. Bessent wrote, saying, now we are entering the end game as dawn begins an economic D-Day, the single greatest financial offensive ever marshalled against an adversary. President Donald J. Trump has decimated Iran's economy to the point where the rial has never been weaker, or where their has never been weaker. That's their, what you call their money, is the rial. And inflation has rarely been higher. However, Bessent claimed that the Iranian regime is able to survive because of the self-deception of fearful nations that still believe accommodating aggression can secure a durable peace. The financial aid from other nations is what the United States will now target, Bessent stated. Iran's enablers purchase and transport its petroleum. They facilitate the flow to its finances through exchange houses and free trade zones. The welcome Iran flights and maintain registries on its behalf. They turn a blind eye to seaborne fuel transfers and the illicit use of their banks, all while concealing the extent of their complicity, Bessent's accused. He said the United States will now pursue a strategy of economic isolation against any nation enabling Tehran to thwart the United States sanctions. The alternative for those who tether themselves to Tehran is the foreclosure of any path to lasting prosperity, Bessent stated, adding, and any nation that serves as a financial artery of a withering regime should expect to share in its isolation. Any remaining tie to Tehran will hasten the economic ostracism of countries and entities, whether that he be purposefully constructed or willfully ignored. Besant wrote, the world should understand that our objective is to sever every economic lifeline that sustains the tyrannical regime until Tehran stands alone, he concluded. The opinion piece by Secretary Besant comes as the Iranian regime is facing a severe economic crisis, which Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian called a full-scale economic, military and security war with the United States. Despite the United States pressure, we are standing and making efforts to serve the people in the face of this unequal war, Pezeshkian said in a speech broadcast on the state-run IRNA channel. I understand we have many problems in society right now. We are trying to prevent these as much as we can, Pezeshkian added. Last week, Pezeshkian was reported to have again advocated for a deal based on the Memorandum of Understanding with the United States in order to end the economic warfare. This is not a single provision, and there is not a single provision in this agreement that amounts to capitulation. Pezeshkian was reported to have said, the Supreme Leader sets the policies and we will follow the path. However, on Monday, Major General Mohsen Rezeg, the new Secretary of the National Security Council, threatened that Iran would close the Strait of Hormuz to all energy traffic if economic war continues. If the economic war continues, not a single drop of oil will be exported, neither through the Strait of Hormuz nor from anywhere in the Persian Gulf. Razzle wrote on social media, Iran will regard any country's participation in or support for America's economic war against the Iranian people as an act of war. The regime operated Persian Gulf Strait Authority threatened to take action against vessels transiting the strait outside of the Iranian-controlled route, including restrictions in their future transit through the Strait of Hormuz, such as fines, seizure, or confiscation. Confiscation, yeah. So that is what Iran is doing, and America is just closing off the spigot, not giving them any room to breathe money wise, and has got an arms embargo and trade embargo, and Iran is literally broke. Their people can't afford to buy bread. They have to pay for it in where we would pay off the likes of a TV or whatever on credit. For the Iranian people to just have bread, they have to pay for it on tally, which is a shame and disgrace for a country that is so wealthy with oil revenue, and it seems to me that the IRGC aren't suffering at all, but the Iranian people are the one that are paying the price for that evil dictatorial regime. We need to pray for the peace of Iran. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.